Hi there. So in this video, which is very much an R&D video, not RMB, that's a completely different thing. This is just a bit of trying some stuff out for myself just to see if I could integrate the DALL-E AI image generator directly into ArcGIS Pro. That's simply all I wanted to do, and I'm going to use Python for that. And certainly the idea was just to see, yes, can I do it? The real application of that, you'll have to come up with yourself. I've got a couple of ideas actually, but really it's to show you just how you can, from within ArcGIS Pro, as you can see here, this is 3.03, I think, the version. And you can reach out to the outside world, in this case using the REST API for DALL-E. So if I just bring up the DALL-E page, so you can see I've been trying out some Christmas trees there. The key thing about this, if you want to do what I'm doing here, is you need an API key. So what you can do is go to the beta openai.com account and that you've got, so you have to register and then create a key and then use that in your Python code. So without this, you won't be able to access the DALL-E image generation. So the idea, so this is your authentication, and that's what will be used in this case with Python. So you can see here I've just been typing stuff in, and a Christmas tree in the style of whatever. So and just seeing what it comes up with. So I know it works. I know what I want to do, and it's a good test bed. I've got quite a few credits actually left. Let's go back to ArcGIS Pro. So how do you do this? How would you bring in an AI image into this? Because what I'd like to do is when I click on a one of these trees, I've got these very nice trees here, in the pop-up, I'd like to see a Jackson Pollock style Christmas tree painting pop up in here. That's what I want to do. That's my end game. Okay then. Well, that's going to be based on a URL, because the DALL-E code comes back with a URL. So I've actually already written this, and I'm just going to walk you through what the code does, and so you can see how it achieves what I want. This simply isn't enabled in the pop-up yet. That's why it's not displaying, and I haven't run it actually. There's no URL in the tree photo URL. So you can see in this actually I've got artist style, and I've put Matisse, Jackson Pollock and Monet, and tree photo URL. So there's going to be a big URL appear there, using their blob store or whatever they use to pick up on the photo. So the way this all hangs together is, again, I've used Python. So I just import a couple of libraries, the standard OS, but also import openai. Now after this, when I've shown you the image pop up and stuff, I'll then have a sort of part B of this, which is still attached to this video, about how to get openai library into this, because actually it's not 100% straightforward. And I'll explain a bit about Python, about conda, about Python environments in ArcGIS Pro after I've done this. Okay, I'm just showing you what could be done here, but then in the second part I'll show you, well, how did I get this and this sort of Python capability enabled, i.e. to import openai and add that. So I define, so I've said the tree photo URL equals this function, this def, so I just get AIPhoto, call it anything, and I pass it the style. Artist, the style, artist style, that's what that is. So the exclamation marks, I've done videos like this before, exclamation marks either side is actually the name of the field. Okay, that's the name of the field. So after I've imported those two, I then define what getAIPhoto is. Well, I've got tree style first of all passed as a parameter, and then the colon after, which is just standard Python formatting. I then have my OpenAPI key, and which will be some long number. Now that's what you would have generated in the on the browser page. Let's just go back to that. So on this, so you would have created a new secret key here, and that's what you need. And then you place that in this open AI.API key value, and then you set up what your response is, which is just going to be a big string, which is an image create call, and this is all standards, and actually the documentation just back to this is pretty good. It's all here. You'll find all that you need in the documentation. Just look at them on DALL-E. So this is really the standard method of obtaining an image. I haven't really changed anything here. And then you see create it, and then you define what your prompt is. So you see here I've said the prompt is painting of a tall Christmas tree in the style of, and then I add tree style, i.e. this artist style, to the end of it. So actually for each feature, so this is an individual feature basis. It won't be the same one for each one. It'll say, right, feature number object ID 1, style of Matisse, object ID or feature number 2, Jackson Pollock. So it'll flick through those, and then I just set the few other things like size and etc. But then the response that I pick up is what actually goes into this string here, image URL, and it's image URL that gets returned, and that's what will be populated into this attribute. So that was a quick sort of go through it, and I should have said right at the beginning that the expression type is Python 3 right at the top here. Anyway, let's just run this now. It'll take a few moments. Obviously, it's an AI call. Other REST sort of queries you may have, you may go off to a REST service which just picks up, I don't know, local traffic or weather information. It'll be pretty quick. You won't have much problem. This takes a few moments, but it's still not bad. But it's only three records. So here it goes, and it's done it. So you can see here that it's populated my full URL to this blob storage, whatever it is, and if I was to click on one, so I just clicked on this one, there is the actual image that was generated by my AI call. Let's close that because I want to actually, so I can click on the link, that's fine, but I want to show it in the pop-up. So this is just a good old configure pop-up routine. So I go to right click on the layer, configure pop-ups, and then say, right, the title is, let's say tree number, and then put the field in, so it's tree number whatever, and then we will, we won't bother about any of the other fields. Now we'll add an image. So you click on image, go to edit, and the image, the source URL is from this field. Yeah, tree photo URL. That's the magic bit. So you click on that, and now the tree photo URL is on the source URL. The caption, I'm going to put, let's say, in style of, and add artist style. That'll look all right. Actually, I could even, let's put a title at the top. So there you go. Anyway, and you can even attach a hyperlink to wherever, and etc. So I'm not using HTML mode. I could do and do some more fanciful formatting and stuff. I've just sort of whacked it in, but source URL is, and that is tree photo URL. That's the key. So that's all in there. Let's just close that for a bit. So now, when I click on a tree, up pops tree number 3. See, Christmas tree in style of Monet. Let's click on. Was that the top one actually? It wasn't, was it? There you go. Christmas tree in style of Matisse. That's pretty good. And then click on this one down here. Which was that? And that's in the style of Jackson Pollock. So you can see how we've pulled in this AI image generation straight in. It's PNG, and again, you can just do what you like with it, download and all kinds of stuff. So, but the point is that it's quite straightforward to bring it in, and the magic is done in the calculate field tool on that, because calculate field is, as I've shown in other videos, very, very powerful. And just before you ask, that API of yes, I've left it in there, but actually the key has already been recreated, so you won't be able to copy my key. I've already zapped that. So there we go. That's the long and short of it. And this sort of this block of code here, like I said, is straight out of the documentation. It's just the raw documentation. I haven't really altered much apart from the prompt, but I could alter the prompt in any way. Let's do it. Let's do a photo. Yeah, photo of a tall Christmas tree. Let's change a few things. Of a short Christmas tree, but still keeping the style of. Yeah. So press OK. Now you need credits for this, of course. You get about 15 free, I think, when you sign up for DALL-E, but I paid $15 or whatever and got 100 plus, which I thought was quite reasonable, really, to use this kind of engine. So I've slightly altered my prompt, and these are written once. You know, when that's it. Once it's written, even if you reopen the project later, it'll still have these URLs written in there. But if your API is expired, your authentication, then it won't show the image again. So do be aware of that. So we'll do. So this is short photo, right? That's a short photo. So what's that one? So it's a photo in style of Matisse. That's pretty good, actually. And what was the third one look like? Yeah, there you go. Like I said, we can just click on. Let's click on this Monet one and bring it up in the browser. There we go. So that's a photo of a short Christmas tree in that style. So that's all fine. That's all good. I hope you like that. Now in this part B of this video, I'm just going to just talk a little bit, not for too much, just a little bit about how to set up import API. You may need some help. So, certainly I didn't get it working straight away. I had to do a couple of things. So if you know all about Python and in ArcGIS Pro and environments and conda, then don't worry. I'm sure you can find openai API and get a package and install and use pip. But I'm just going to quickly run through that. On project, you see how on package manager you've got an active environment. Now by default you'll have ArcGIS Pro PY3, Python 3. Now ArcGIS Pro comes kind of locked down with a version of Python, you see. So it's a couple of warnings there, because obviously I'm using the other environment and I've done stuff, etc. So I'd need to restart. This is what it comes with by default. So this is a whole set of packages of libraries and stuff that you can use in your openai API. There's lots of good stuff in there. No, things you would use quite a bit of, really, if you're you can even call on GDAL there, I saw in the Python. But openai API, if I search for it, it's not there. It doesn't. It's not part of that package install. So the way to sort of do this is, if you click on this tick mark, this cogwheel, you can clone your Python environment. Now you would do that because if you're going to make any changes, you don't really want to damage the default Python configuration for ArcGIS Pro. And that's what this is. So in this folder I've got the default Python install for ArcGIS Pro. And like I said, you can't really change that as such. Well, that's not strictly true. You could do, but you could break things, right? So the way to do that is actually to clone it. And on these three dots you can clone, you see. So I've created already this cloned, and I just called it underscore cloned. And that's what I'm using. So that's your first step in this, really. I'll just flick back to cloned. And now when I flick back to cloned and search for openai API as one of the installed packages, see my warning messages have gone away now. So openai, look, there it appears, because I've installed it in that cloned Python environment. So once you've cloned the Python environment, I'll put a link into the description about using the Anaconda distribution system, the conda forge, to grab all the packages that are out there, because that's what's called another channel, and you can add a channel for where Python, where ArcGIS Pro, where the Python installer is going to grab lots of packages, and it's like a sort of online kind of library of packages, and the conda forge is good place really to get lots of things from, including OpenAI. So I will put that link in the description, which is sort of conda install -c conda -forge conda. So it will go off and just and grab everything. Now, if you just go to anaconda.org, you can find more about that. After it did that, I actually noticed that, and you know these things happen because when you are in your project and you run your field, your calculate field with Python in, you get a lot of red text with errors appearing. And the one I got actually was to do with numpy, which has got loads of sort of scientific stuff in it and multi-array handling and all that kind of thing, which is obviously what this uses. So it very, very clearly told me in the error message that you've got an issue with numpy. Now, if you get that, what you need to do is in your cloned environment, notice it's in cloned environment, yeah? Go to that folder and upgrade the numpy package. So using pip, so just pip install numpy --upgrade. Now, when I ran that, I did notice, say, oh look, it's got found existing installation of 1.20.3, but it installed 1.24. So it's definitely a bit of an upgrade happened there, and that fixed my error messages immediately once I did that. So once you've gone to conda forge and got the OpenAI package, and that's installed in your clone, you then may need to update the numpy module. And if you, let's see, so if we go to anaconda.org, you can see this will sort of tell you all about it, and you know, just what it is, and about conda, and there's lots of resources you can go to and just learn all about it. And at the end of the day, the Anaconda is like a distribution of all packages built for Python packages for data science. And conda is a sort of environment manager, helps manage your multiple environments of Python, so you can isolate different projects. That's the whole point of it. So this is all sort of part of is what Esri has chosen to manage the whole Python, the world of Python environments in ArcGIS Pro. So it says quite clearly there, manage environments and packages for Python, R and system libraries. So, but don't forget, you do clone your Py3, call it something else, and then mess about in there, update libraries and install, etc. And off you go. Anyway, so that's the end of all of it, really. Part B as well. That's it. It was a bit of a fast tour, but I'll have the links in descriptions so you can get to grips with conda if you need to, but just follow the basic instructions, you'll be fine. Do the conda forge, install the packages, and you'll get openAPI library, so you'll be able to reference import openAPI, and then you probably need to fix the numpy just as I've described. That'll also be in description. And off you go. But yeah, I hope you like this. Let's do one last alteration to the prompt. Can't resist, really. Let's do. So I got a photo of a short Christmas tree in the style of. How about a short? Let's do a. Short. Let's actually just let's change the tree type. Let's say spruce. Short spruce tree. Let's just make a slide. You can type all kinds of things there. Have a go. You know, it could be in the moonlight or in a valley or something like that. You can really set the setting. It's quite it is quite fun to play with, really. So, and as you can see, it takes a few moments to run. And so that will now give 3 new URLs. See, they got updated. There they go. Let's click on this one. Is that tree number 1? Yeah. And what's it going to do? There you go. Actually, I should have changed my config, isn't it? It says Christmas tree, but I just changed it to spruce tree. That's what I should do. There we go. And that's all changed. So it's all working. I would need to configure the pop-up, that's for sure, because it was just a spruce. There we go. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Hope you have a great Christmas. Hope you liked it. It was a bit of R&D, but you know, may give you other ideas about reaching out via REST and other APIs to bring in new information and to make use of that information within ArcGIS Pro. So, hope you find that useful. Have a great Christmas and an awesome new year. Thank you.